About 3 weeks ago, I made an updated version on my Q2 estimated deliveries. It was north of 453,000 vehicle deliveries. How we got that number is that we took a look at every single gigafactory, the Texas, Berlin, Shanghai, Fremont. We broke it down month by month and day by day production rates, and we saw how much they would produce on a monthly basis and of the quarterly basis, and how much of that is going to be delivered. Now that we are at the last days of June or the last days of Q2, let's do a recap on it, because it may have changed for better or the worse. So if you guys are ready, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you guys happen to buy the Tesla dip literally just like 6 months ago, then you guys need this shirt. I made this shirt a couple weeks ago and you guys loved it, man. I'm in the process of making another shirt as well. If you guys bought the dip, this shirt is the one to get. I have it on order as well, so I can't wait to get my hands on it. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So here is the simple chart how I estimated Tesla's production month by month for each factory. The only thing that I added here, and shout out to Kyra for it because he gave me these numbers. I couldn't find them anywhere else, so he gave me the numbers. Shout out to him. For April and May for Shanghai, here are the production rate, which is absolutely insane. In April of this year, they did almost 85,000 in production. That's absolutely insane. But as you guys can also see, we have over 150,000 vehicles being delivered for April and May for Shanghai, because those are legit numbers. We still haven't got it for June because we're not done June yet. And when June finishes, the whole production delivery for Q2 is going to come out anyways. So the rest of it, we just predicted production and deliveries. And as you guys can see for Q2, for June, originally I said 78,000 vehicles being produced, which is why you see 78,000 vehicles being produced, because on this tab, the orange tab, that's all the vehicles being produced. Fremont, over 150,000 vehicles being produced. Berlin, almost reaching 65,000. And Texas, almost reaching 60,000. Total production, excluding April and May from Shanghai, is north of 350,000. If you include the April and May, that's 516,000 vehicles being produced. That's insane. That is a flippin' record. If this comes out, this is such a bullish sign. Oh my goodness. Anyways, with a 90% delivery rate out of the total production, we get almost 300,000 vehicles being delivered. If we add the deliveries from April and May, that's 453,332 vehicles being delivered. This is what I initially predicted. We are seeing some slowdown in some parts of the world for Tesla vehicles. Well, not just for Tesla vehicles, for pretty much all vehicles, because we are in a weird economy. I know Europe right now is in a recession. China is having a hard time coming back. But in Europe, we can see discounts coming in more than usual. So we can see some demand issue there. I mean, that's what happens when you're in a recession. People don't really go for cars. They delay it for the next year or the year after that. But nonetheless, at the same time, in the US market and some in China market as well, they're increasing prices. So it's a little bit of a, again, weird economy. So with that being said, I'm going to reduce the production rate from Shanghai from 78,000 to 70,000. Because if we look at April, 85,000, May, 78,000. And don't forget, guys, May is 31 days. But they were closed for about a week for May as well. I'm not too sure about June. But nonetheless, 70,000, as you guys can see, boom. We go down from 453,000 vehicles being delivered to 446,500 vehicles. The total production has come down from 516,000 to 508,000. So nonetheless, we are getting over 500,000 vehicles being produced in total. That's absolutely insane. Comment down below. Do you guys think we're going to reach over or hit 500,000 vehicles being produced this quarter too? I mean, this is going to be absolutely flipping awesome if it does. Comment down below. I'm curious to know. But nonetheless, this is how I got the numbers. So we're going to take these two numbers, the 453,000 vehicle deliveries and the 446,500 vehicle deliveries, and let's see what the stock price would be Q2, and then we'll figure out Q3, Q4. We'll guesstimate that and see what the stock price would be every single quarter, and as well as the last year, end of the year. If you guys are ready, man, then smash that like button. Let's go. So here's a stock price prediction chart on the quarterly basis. Everything here that we see in the financial statement for Tesla is broken down here, but with like formulas. So all we gotta do is put one number and everything just pops up. So in Q2, we said there's two numbers, 446,000 and 453,000. Let's start off with the 453,000. The exact amount was 453,332. And bam, look at all that number coming. Man, I just love that. But the average selling price here, I did increase it to 45,000. Now, this is debatable. Again, I'm more of an optimistic Tesla investor who's going all in. Could be maybe the same, maybe just a little bit more. But again, we have to understand that these prices do include the full self-driving, at least in the US. So people are opting in for it slowly but surely. And as well as they did increase prices in the US, but they also are giving discounts in Europe. So again, weird economy, but I'm more optimistic, 45,000. I also increased the vehicle gross profits as well because we know Berlin and Austin are ramping up. So this will benefit them in terms of economy of scale. And with that, we get a Q2 revenue of over $25 billion with a net income gap almost reaching $2.8 billion. Non-GAAP, which is what we're looking for, is almost $3.2 billion. With that, we get a non-GAAP EPS because we are looking for the non-GAAP EPS. I think right now it's 72 cents. I'm not too sure if they changed it or not. Whatever the number is here on the screen as you guys can see. But here we're getting 91 cents. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. The stock price, if it's 75 as it is right now, the stock price will be 265. But if they beat it heavily, stock price can go up as high as, well, at PE as high as 80 of 283. Some people are saying $300 per share, which is a PE of 85. That's a sheesh moment. I mean, this could happen. This could actually flip and happen if they crush earnings. If they go over 450,000 vehicles, easily this could happen in my opinion. But not so fast. Let's try the other number, the 446,532 vehicles, and bam, dropping from 25 billion, just under 25 billion total revenue. Net income gap dropped down to 2.7 billion, non-GAAP 3.1 billion, and the EPS of 89 cents. So if it's still 72, EPS to beat, they still crushed it. But knowing Wall Street, knowing what they do, as soon as the total deliveries and production comes in and a week before earnings come out, they change everything. So let's see what's going to be, but 89 cents, more than last quarter, which is good. And look, the operating margin is the most important part here. If they can show that they bottomed in Q1, then this is also a bullish sign. So again, with an 85 PE, that's $300 per share. Could be 80 PE of 281 or 75 PE of 264. Again, in my opinion, I think right now, of course, Tesla stock is cheap if you're holding for 2030, but as of now, right now, with the stock prices, it's a fair value. If you're buying right now, it's not expensive, nor is it that cheap as it was before. It's fair. But let's move on to Q3. I am going to leave 446,000 vehicles deliveries here. I'm not going to do the bull case here. This is my worst case. And let's see how this could affect every quarter up until the end of the year. In Q3, I'm predicting 475,000 vehicle being deliveries, somewhere around there, as well as this average selling price. I did increase it to 45.5 thousand. Vehicle gross profits, I did increase it to 18.8%. Overall, this would give us almost $27 billion in revenue and a net income gap over 3 billion. So that would be very nice to see. But non-GAAP would be almost 3.5 billion, which would give it an EPS and non-GAAP of $1. So that's actually pretty good. Again, if we give it a 75 PE, that's actually less. Why is that less? Because the EPS here takes the fiscal year and it is going down because we are not doing better than last Q3 in 2022. Nonetheless, if they do bring in this much and they do beat earnings, then I could probably see the PE in the 85s, which would give the stock price of 293 or even a PE of 80 of 276 around there. But if we do end up going back to a bear market, we can probably see the PE go back to a 50, $172 per share. Some people are saying it's going to go below 150. Bro, if it goes below 150, I'm going to sell it. Actually, I'm not buying right now. I'm accumulating cash. I'll have money to buy more shares, and I'm definitely going to buy more shares if it goes down that low. Even if it goes to 172, sheesh, I'm going to definitely buy, man. All in on Tesla stock, man. Let's go. So 40 PE, $138 per share. Come on, man. That's not going to happen. I think right now we are in a bull market. So in 80 PE, I think this makes sense. $276 per share and a market cap almost reaching 900 billion, man. Come on, man. Hit that trillion mark already. Come on. Maybe in Q4, that's what's going to happen. In Q4, I am predicting that they're going to do at least 500 vehicle deliveries. They have to. They should. And with an average selling price of 46,000 and a vehicle gross profits of 19.2%, we will get a total revenue for that quarter almost reaching $29 billion. Net income gap almost $3.5 billion. And non-GAAP is almost reaching $3.9 billion. We get an EPS of $1.12. But again, Q4, if they even do this and the prices aren't as high as they were before, Q4 2022 was a stronger and better year than if they even do these numbers here in 2023. because EPS is getting less and less. Nonetheless though, the cool thing about the stock market is it's forward looking, and if they are giving out 13% operating margin by end of Q4 and they're beating and they're going high and they do 500 vehicle deliveries, we can probably see the PE just hovering around the 80s. I'm going to say 85, which would be literally almost $1 trillion market cap. Could go even as high as 90. In fact, if they do this and 2024 ends up being the year where a lot of investors are optimistic, then I can easily see Tesla stock going as high a PE of 125, which would be a stock price of $424 per share and a market cap almost reaching $1.4 trillion. Some of you guys in the comments are saying Tesla stock the PE should be 150, which that would be a stock price of $509 per share. And I totally agree with you if we weren't in this weird economy. If we weren't in this weird economy, man, not only will Tesla sell more vehicles, but at a much higher price. That assembles more of a bull market for Tesla and more market share for Tesla and more money made for Tesla. So definitely. But Q4, end of this year, I do think we could be seeing a high PE, maybe in the 150s or 125s, because 2024 outlook does look good for a lot of companies, including Tesla. But that's right, there is a but here. I don't want to jump the gun too quickly, but if inflation comes down to below 2% by end of the year and the interest rates are actually going higher, not lower or paused, we could be actually hitting deflation, and if they don't cut rates, we could be seeing a mini crash. Nonetheless, if that happens, you already know what I'm gonna be doing. Guys, it's both ways. Anything could happen by end of the year, but nonetheless, if you're watching this video, we're here until 2030 and maybe beyond. Most likely beyond, because the more we hold, the wealthier that we get. So all the prices we see here, it doesn't really matter to us. But for Q4, I'm gonna say a PE of 90 just to be safe, $305 per share. The realistic price ranges that I can see end of this year is around anywhere between 260 to $300 per share, which is pretty interesting because year-over-year growth from 2022 to 2023 is still 40%, which is just crazy, even in this weird economy. Sheesh moment right there. Total deliveries by 2023 over 1.8, almost 1.8 million and a half. Kind of like what I think so too. But there you guys have it. Remember these two numbers, 453,332 vehicles as the bull case. And for the worst case scenario, I guess you can put it, is around 446,532 vehicle being delivered. Production rate over 500K. We can just put it that as well. But I want to know what you guys think. Guys, comment down below or even go on Twitter and let me know what you guys think. The numbers are coming out in about 2 to 3 days if I'm not mistaken. So let's see how close we are. It's going to be really exciting. And obviously when that comes out, I'll do another video updating these price targets. So exciting stuff. But you know what else is exciting? The ecosystem that Tesla is bringing entirely to our lives. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like 5 times better than Apple's, and you guys can see the full explanation here in this video. You won't be disappointed, man. Get your I bought the dip merch, man. I'm telling you, if you bought the dip like I have, most likely you had too, then this shirt is perfect. Subscribe for more, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.